this episode, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of Residuals for Life brought to you by IGT. This is the podcast you need to listen to. If you're looking to build a passive income, having residuals for life in the telecom industry, whether if you have any experience in the telecom industry, if you're looking for something part-time, full-time, no time, this is the platform. Today's guest, we consider him the chaplain of IGT. Ladies and gentlemen, we actually have Pastor Alan Earl in the building. But stay tuned.
Three, two, one.
Now, you're probably wondering, why do we call him the chaplain of IGT? Well, Mr. Pastor Alan Hurl, he's actually been involved with the church, and he's a spiritual advisor of IGT. He keeps CEO David Kirby and the rest of us just make sure we're spiritually grounded, that we understand that what we're doing here at IGT is a blessing. What I mean by that is helping business owners, nonprofits, lower their operational costs by 30 to 60%. Now, that's a huge blessing. We're freeing up resources so they can bless their employees. Now, in order for us to be a blessing, we need to be blessed ourselves. So, with that being said, and without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Pastor Alan Hurl.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
All right. Welcome to the show, Pastor.
Well, it's a privilege to be here, and communication is such a key part of life. We're trying to figure out who we are and why we are and where we're going. And IGT is a link in a very key role to help us communicate better and to do it more efficiently and effectively and with as little cost as possible. Communication is a key word for all of life. We're trying to figure out, as I mentioned, who we are, why we are, where we're going. And if we don't know that, what we're trying to do with IGT doesn't make a lot of sense. I have the privilege of helping people discover that life is a gift from a God who cares about us, who really wants us to figure out how to communicate with him and how to communicate with each other. And IGT and Dave Kirby provide a way to help people communicate better. That's one of the things that drew me to Dave. He's a friend. We've talked about a lot of issues in life, challenges, opportunities, walked through some of the dark times of life, the good times of life. And I've discovered the heart of this man, who is the chairman and CEO of IGT, International Global Technologies, Integrated Global Technologies. Dave is a visionary, and that's one of the reasons I like working with him. But even more than that, he's an honest man, a man of integrity, a man who has shown battle scars that have led him into a mature way of dealing with people and life's challenges. Dave is not easily discouraged. He's a man that really likes challenges, and he loves people. He's wanting to help people succeed and be blessed. He looks at life as with a glass half full, not half empty. He's willing to share his successes with others as he's discovered how to help people communicate better with each other, especially in the marketplace through the use of phone and internet. This is a marvelous blend of a man who's taken some up-to-date technological skills, representing a lot of the communicating committees, teams, really of society, and helping us better communicate. As the chairman of the board, he recognizes that God is the true chairman of the board, and he sees life as a gift from God, seeks his wisdom to unwrap every day, and he wants to help people be blessed. And one of the ways he does that is by helping people communicate better by bringing together uh, all of these major uh, business providers, internet and phone providers, and uh, allow the small business to take advantage of wholesale pricing. It's a remarkable organization to be part of. I get to be privileged to help people build relationships among themselves so that as they work with people out and about, uh, they are able to clearly communicate truth with vision and heart and honesty. Uh, it's a great company with a great vision, and I'm privileged to be part of it.
Wow, you said everything I just paid you to say. Just kidding. Okay. All right. No, so Pastor Earl, we really appreciate you being here, and those are very kind words. And you're right. Dave does a very great job at, we went out to Las Vegas and for the partners convention, and almost like before every meeting and every meal, he takes the time to say a quick prayer and to bless everyone at the table, the hands that prepared it, and to give us nurture. And that was amazing to me because I feel like every time we have some type of maybe running behind or we're stressed about a situation, he stops in the middle of everything, right there in the middle of the city. We're praying, and I thought, wow, this gentleman he's really praying right now. So it makes me feel good to know that he's faith based. And a gentleman I introduced him to, which is Mr. Ron Baroga, he said, you know what, when you meet someone for the first time and a CEO of a huge company, and before we break bread, he says a prayer. That's what Ron looks at as a great quality of a leader. And it's true. It's faith, family, finance, fitness, and everything else. And of course, phone and internet too. So, Pastor Allen, we're so happy to have you here on the show. There's so many things I want to ask you. Now, how did you become the IGT chaplain? I mean, how did you and Dave like meet, and can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Yes, Dave and I got acquainted in the life of the church we're part of, and he asked me to mentor him, do some life coaching. And as we
Wow.
got acquainted, he said, how would you like to uh, give some spiritual direction to the company that I have the privilege of giving leadership to? And so I'm a volunteer. Um, I'm an agent, I guess, but my primary concern is to strengthen the communication ties with the various staff and people. But by building into Dave, uh, helping him sort through his ongoing purposes and his heart to help people. Um, so we got acquainted, done life coaching and mentoring, and that is what I continue to do as God gives me opportunity and Dave gives me opportunity.
Absolutely, and we appreciate this opportunity. And you know what, what you just said to me right now, I think it's made me realize I might have. Okay, hang on one. So yeah, I made me realize I wanted to send a sincere apology to someone, and I appreciate that what you just said. So now that's awesome, Pastor. Now you guys know each other for a long time, and you guys have went through a lot of ebbs and flows of life, and you've seen the ups and downs and things like that. Now moving forward to the future, as far as with IGT goes, you know how Dave have a nonprofit. He's actually the International Life Children's Foundation, and he moving forward with that with IGT. What role do you think IGT would be playing in the future of being a blessing to businesses and like that in the industry?
Well, when companies discover that they can improve their communication skills by improving their bandwidth, uh, having better phone and internet service, they can save money. Uh, that money is made available to IGT in a very interesting way. It's not a layered marketing event at all, but it provides funds that David can use to help this children's ministry. So he's not in it for self gain. That's
Yes.
not his primary reason, but to help make a difference in the world, to take the dollars and the cents and invest them in people.
Absolutely, being a blessing to others. And that's what I love most about that. What we're doing, we're not only that we're coming into this industry and helping businesses lower down their operation costs 30-60%. And when I say lower down the operation costs, we're talking about the phone and internet. I've seen it. I've seen the blessing that we're able to do. And business owners who were like, wow, are you serious? This is actually going back into my pockets by cutting down my costs. And they're able to bless their employees, expand, make repairs, maintenance. They're able to free up these resources and even take a vacation, and that's amazing. But not only that, we're helping business owners and nonprofits do that. It's like I'm, as an agent and channel manager, I'm building residuals for life too as well. So I'm going to bless my family. But not only that, I know that there would be support. We're, by working with the IGT, we're also supporting a nonprofit that's doing a lot of work, and they really goes down there to Colombia, to all over the world, to bless children for this International Life Foundation, International Children's Life Foundation. I think I'm saying it right, but yes, yes. So I love that about Dave. Now, this is the segment, Pastor Allen, that we want to know a little bit more about you too, right? We know that you're IGT chaplain, you're a spiritual advisor, and we really appreciate you being there. And that Dave speaks very highly of you. And I've been asking everyone a lot of the same questions. But would it be okay if I ask you a few quick questions before we wrap up?
Yes, indeed. Surely. Fire
All
away.
right. So, reflecting on your journey, what lessons have you learned about resilience and perseverance?
Well, I've discovered that since the God who gave me life is a God who loves me, he gives me resources to explore the adventures of the journey. I've, I've lost a wife to death through the battle with cancer. God has brought comfort and hope. He's brought another wife into my life. We just celebrated our 101st wedding anniversary. I'd been married 51. She'd been married 42. We've been married 8 just recently now, and that's 101.
Congratulations! That's amazing. Oh, wow. I love how you put that. Wow.
I had an opportunity to serve our nation as a Navy chaplain for 27 years.
Thank you for
And,
serving.
um, and then I had the privilege of, I have the ongoing privilege of being entrusted with good news that I can share you can't find anyplace else. That there's a God who loves us, who cares about us, who has a plan, uh, and who will have the last word. So, there's 3 great days in a person's life: the day we're born, the day we found out why, and the day we come to the end of the journey. And how do we make the most of it? And again, I think there's an application in integrated global technologies that helps us integrate some of the basic challenges, questions of life that we get to talk about, even as we talk about this very practical way of helping companies improve their ability to communicate. So, yeah, it's been a great journey so far. And I'm not as young as I used to be, but I'm not as old as I hope to be. So, you know, and like someone once said, it's better to be a has been than a never was. But I'm not done yet. So,
Absolutely not. And I love that. That's one thing that stood out about you that really caught my attention, and I thought was it was amazing to witness that when we had dinner for the President's Banquet Awards. You made the effort to remember everyone's name. And I thought for sure you forgot my name, right? Because my name is unique, and it's, a lot of people, when I try to explain to my name, they're like, and we met early in the evening, and you did this like at the end, and you remember every single person's name, and I was blown away. I don't know if that was a magic trick that you did, but you did. You remember not just remembering names, but you remember a story. I think you remember my birthday too. But that was amazing. Pastor Allen, a second question before we go to the third one is, um, in, in what ways do you strive to make a positive impact in the world and our community? And I already know the answer to this, but from your words.
well, I have a choice every day when I get up. I can have a good day or an awesome day. I choose an awesome day because I believe life is a marvelous gift. And one of my goals is to make somebody smile every day in a world that's so serious and so fraught with the dark and the negative. Uh, I want to spread good news. I want to spread the hope that God gives. I believe He gives it through His Son, Jesus
Wow.
Christ. That He's the one that changed my life. And
Wow.
He's got good news. He loves everybody. And uh, that gives a heartbeat, really, again, right back to IGT. The heartbeat here comes out of Dave, who leads.
Yes.
Then I have an opportunity to uh, remind people that we're doing more than a job just to make money. That's a blessing, but we have a chance to do ministry to help people catch the bigger vision. It isn't all about money; it's about life, making a life.
Love it. Absolutely. It isn't about money. It's residuals for life. The financial means help you become a blessing to others, and there's nothing wrong with that because God do want you to be, of course, have the financial means to be blessings to others, and that's what it is. When I talk about money, people think that it's also, against what God wants, but truly, God wants us to be blessed, right? I mean, I
Yeah,
want my son to be successful. I want him to.
money is not wrong. It's the love of money that gets us into trouble. If that becomes our
Yes,
God, and somebody once said we should make all we can, save all we can, and give all we can. And then a
absolutely.
person came along and said, make all you can, uh, give all you can, save all you can, just don't sit on the can. So, you know,
All right. Well, Pastor Allen, one more quick question before I let you go. You talked about your journey here. So, can you share with us a transformational experience that changed your perspective on life?
well, it was the time when my first wife's life came to an end. My two sons were with us, and we were waiting for her body to shut down. She had been battling multiple myeloma for over 6 years, and we were in hospice care, and we were watching. And my oldest son, Dad, Mom's breathing is slowing down, and so we called the nurse. The nurse came in and checked her heart and said it's very close. Her heart is fluttering.
Wow.
Very tough moments. Through the night hours, we had laughed, we cried, we were very positive. Looked like she could wake up, but she'd been laying there for 20 hours, hadn't moved. And I said to her one time, honey, you told me early on in my life, our lives, that I would never be first in your life. That place was reserved for Jesus Christ. And when you rested in his love and were safe and secure there, you could love me when you didn't feel like it and when I wasn't very lovable. And so there in those hours and early morning, I said, my dear Karen, thank you for rescuing me, saving me from a dull and boring life. I now release you to the one who loves you most of all. Just reach out and take his hands, and he'll lead you home. So we're there
Wow.
waiting. We saw her breathe her last. And then my son said, Dad, look. And all of a sudden, Karen, who hadn't moved in 20 hours, began to raise her hands up and reached out, clasped her hands, folded her arms, and was gone. Uh,
Oh my goodness.
the God who gives us life promised us to lead us home when the time comes. So that was very transformational to me. I mean, there are others too, but
Of
that
course.
one I'm really glad to share. So life goes so quickly, and thanks for the privilege of sharing a little bit about life and about the opportunity we have to build on our communication skills.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing. That was very touching. I have to say, this is what have to be one of my favorite podcasts. And Pastor Allen, we look forward to having you be here again. Now, before we cut out and end the show, was there any final thoughts that you want to make sure the audience get before we cut out?
Well, I would emphasize again that if you make a commitment to IGT, you will be helped, and you'll be able to help others who are trying to help through this more than just a business. Integrated Global Technologies uh, has a tremendous vision in store to help people, and it's something that I'm glad to be part of.
Absolutely. Well, we are happy that you are the official IGT chaplain, the official spiritual advisor for IGT, and we have you on board here. We know that we're blessed, and the company is very blessed. We look forward to connecting with anyone who's considering becoming an agent to build residuals for life, maybe to be a blessing to others as well, and maybe meet Pastor Allen in real life too as well. So we welcome you guys to scan a QR code, get in contact with myself or Pastor Allen. We're all agents here. We are on a crusade, you guys. We're here to be a blessing to others, helping businesses, nonprofits lower down their operation costs by 30, 60% by lowering down their phone and internet bill. And it's very easy. Super simple. We have an amazing training team, amazing quotes team, and everything's lined up for you to be successful. And you never know, might be able to build residuals for life. Now, here's a quick word from CEO.
President of IGT. I got to pay somebody. Might as well be you.
All right. Well, Pastor Allen, this is the end of our show. I am so grateful and thankful that you took the time to share with us your wisdom, your life experience, and how to be to persevere, especially during your journey, and just giving us all the energy and guidance that you always do, Pastor Allen. We appreciate you being on the show today.
Thank you, so fun.
All right, Pastor Allen. Well, everyone, have a good night, and thank you so much. Again, this is Residuals for Life, brought to you by IGT.
3,